congratulations. A win that took an incredible fight back second half. How do you sort of sum all of that up?
I think we did an okay job first half, and I think they scored a wonder goal, David Beckham goal. But second half, we stepped up. We talked a lot about it at the halftime that we needed to play quicker, less touches, play more forward, all throw-ins, take them quick, free kicks, hand on the ball, play quick, get more tempo in the game, also in the pressure. And I think we showed that right from second half start. And after the 1-1 goal, we just took up another level and keep adding pressure. And they didn't have anything second half before a deflected set-piece goal. And in the end, of course, there was a little bit of not real pressure, but of course, when they throw it in from all over the pitch and they are strong, they're very good on set-pieces, then of course it's always a threat. But I think actually kept the ball well in that phase. So in the end, they well deserved the win. And I think it shows a lot about the character of the players. I think that attitude where we are confident but humble. There's always a big task ahead of us. Sometimes we need to battle first, which we had today, for example, and then sometimes we can play. Other times it's the other way around. But the attitude, hard work, togetherness, bang on today.
I was going to say, because if you're conceding a goal like that in injury time at the end of the first half, it could have gone one or two ways for your players, but they showed that they have a real fight inside them. Yeah,
definitely. The last bit they said before we walked on to the pitch for second half was, we're not going to lose this. We're not allowing ourselves to lose this one. We created a very strong performance culture in this club, all the staff and players together. But as a staff or head coach or coaching staff, we can push it to a certain level. But the last 10% need to come from within the group, and they are pushing very hard themselves.
And Sergi Canos absolutely was incredible second half. His opening goal in particular, the technique to score that goal was superb.
Honestly, it's so good. I'm so pleased for him that he got that hat trick. The first goal is superb. I agree. It's incredible, difficult technical skill. And the second one is just another wonder. And I think maybe it was a cross in the end, but don't tell anyone. I don't know, but you need to ask him. But when he's been fighting so hard to come back from a big injury, people need to understand that takes time. Not just snap a finger and then you're back at your normal level. You need to play minutes and games and trainings. And he's never been fitter. He's never worked harder. And now it also pay off with his individual qualities. We all know he has.
So do you think that hat-trick then that'll do him a lot of good as he sort of for the second half of the season?
Yeah, hopefully this can really give him a boost, a massive boost going forward. Because we know confidence is a big thing for all players. And I think this hopefully can lift him to go to the next level.
Sorry, and just finally for me, an incredible week for your club. I guess this tops it really, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's been a good week. But what I'm very pleased with is this massive focus from the players, because of course we all know it's a big thing to qualify for the semi-final of the Carabao Cup against a big side as Tottenham. But we've done this the whole last year, continue this year. A massive focus for what is ahead of us. Next recovery session, next training, and next game. Nothing more. Then if we do that, then we can achieve something.
Thanks, Thomas.
Thomas, looking ahead, the Bournemouth game now, we're level on points with them. How big a game is that going to be? How will you approach it?
No, I think, of course, it's a big game coming up. It's a relegated Premier League side that started really well in this season. Top quality players. So we're really looking forward to that game. massively, and of course we will do like we normally do, try to attack it, play it on our terms, and try to win the game. But we know it's a big game ahead of us, but it's only one game. But we will do our very best to win that one game.
And just quickly, Christian Norgard wasn't in the squad today. Is he okay after the Newcastle game?
Yeah, he's okay. He had a minor hit to his ankle twice, so just a minor setback. So we are just precautious. We want to make sure he's 100% ready again. So he was very unlucky because he was strong, he was fit, he was confident before he walked on the pitch against Newcastle. So he was very unlucky.
Do you think he might be in contention for Bournemouth or Bristol City, or too early to say?
No. He could be ready, but it's still too early. We'll take it day by day. We know it's a long season, so it's better to have him available for fully available before we put him on the pitch. But we haven't taken a decision yet.
Okay, thank you.
Thomas, can I just take you back to their goal at the end of the first half? We see a lot of goalkeepers coming out and playing out of their box. Is there some criticism for your goalkeeper for being 22 yards out of his box, or is that just the way the modern game's played?
It's definitely the way I think the modern game should be played, and I want my goalkeeper out there because I think for various reasons. Also, if there's a ball in behind, he needs to be that extra sweeper in these situations. Because of the camera angle, I can't really see. We looked it back. Can he should he be a tiny bit more aware? Because of course they should not stand out there. They should be always aware, on the front foot. Can they go forward or should they go back? But to be fair, it looks like, that Ethan maybe could reach that ball. I think that's where he didn't recognize the danger early enough. I don't know if it would have helped because I think Vokes, just perfect connection. Perfect connection.
Yeah, it is almost a 1 in a million chance, isn't it? When you see people trying from that distance, they very rarely hit the target.
Exactly. So I always want my keeper out there, also for the next game and going forward. I think it's more Vokes that deserve a lot of praise for taking that chance and put it in the back of the net.
Yeah. Coming back to Sergi, can you just run through how long has he been out, and were you fearful that he might not get back to the level he's got back to?
He was out. I think he had got the injury last year, October last year. So he was out for 9 months, and then he was involved in some of our games in July and August. Then he was fully fit and ready, and we've started a lot of games and started the first game of the season for us. And he deserved a lot of praise for getting up to a top physical level, working extremely hard. But that touch, the confidence, the boost, and all that. There's no straight pathway or you need to go. So I also put him on the bench 3 games in a row, 5-6 games ago, because I think he needed that. Just to relax, come down. Good player, it will come. And then he just had that extra boost and focus, and then he scored a wonder goal against Blackburn. And since then, I think he took the right steps. But today was so good to see him really flourish and express himself.
The great thing was he just got better and better. I mean, there were 2 shots that forced good saves out of the goalkeeper as well. It looked as though he's going to keep on scoring.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully he can take that forward and keep being that threat where he either go one way or another way. He shoot, he pass, I cross. So he's kind of unpredictable. So I hope he really can take this going forward.
And the cup is not being a hindrance to you at all in any way, is it? You talked about keeping the focus, and the extra games are not going to be a burden because you don't want anything to knock you out of your stride, do you?
No. I think what we have been trying to create this performance culture and that we keep focusing on the next day, maximum focus in terms of, doesn't matter if it's recovery or a light session or a harder session, or it's always the next day or the next game we focus on massively. And I think we've shown that now for a little bit more than 1.5 years that we're capable of doing that. And I think actually it's even more incredible, and the players deserve even more praise for them, to bounce back from the disappointment last season and maybe actually step on up a level in terms of concentration. I still think we can play better. I still think we have another level to add. But in a season where that disappointment, the load of games is relentless, and a COVID situation, I think the players deserve a lot of praise. And now we're unbeaten for I don't know how many games. But we can only continue if we keep the focus.
It's interesting. You look at how you've recovered from last season's disappointment. Swansea have done the same thing, and Cardiff have found it difficult.
Yeah, I can't speak for the clubs, but I understand what you say. It's not an easy thing to do. I can only praise my players for keep going.